Hello again and welcome back to part 2 of Sweet Harmony. The next row that we're going to work is row 14. I'm using the paler of the 3 blues for this round. We're going to just slip knot onto the hook and then we can start in any stitch, and we're going to work a half double in every stitch all the way around. So I'm going to start with a standing half double and then just carry on working a half double into every stitch all the way around. Again, working with a 5mm hook and a double knit yarn. And for this throw, I'm using 7 colours. I'm using 3 blues, a pale, a medium and a dark. And again, on the greys, I've got a paler grey, a medium grey and a dark grey, and the white. The white I'm using for each of the rows with the popcorns. So if you want to pause the video at this point and work your half doubles, 1 in every stitch, and at the end of the row you will have 120 half doubles for this row, which is row 14. So I'll meet you when we get to the end. So row 14 is now complete with a half double into each stitch. The next row we're going to work popcorns and double crochets. So again, we're going to slip knot onto the hook, and in any stitch, it doesn't matter where you work the first stitch, we're going to work a popcorn, which is 4 doubles. I've done a standing double there. I'm going to do another 3 doubles into that same stitch. And as we did before on the popcorn row here, we're going to take out the hook, pop it into that first stitch and pull through and chain 1. We're then going to work a double into each of the next 2 stitches. So we've got 1 and 2. The next stitch will be a popcorn, if you want a bigger popcorn or one that stands out more, you could actually work 5 doubles. You just do it in exactly the same way. You would pop the hook into the first stitch and pull that loop through, and always fasten off with a chain 1. But for me, I'm quite happy with a 4 double popcorn, but do feel free, if you prefer a bigger popcorn, to work 5 doubles instead of the 4. So you're just going to work that same pattern, repeat all the way around, which is a popcorn followed by 2 doubles. There are no chains in between the 2 doubles, we just work those one after the other, and then back onto a popcorn. And a chain 1 to finish off the popcorn. Excuse me. So if you want to pause the video at this point and carry on working this round, popcorn followed by 2 doubles, and then a popcorn followed by 2 doubles, and so on, and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. When you reach the last stitch, we just slip stitch into the first popcorn, cut off the yarn and fasten off. I'm now using the darker of the 3 blues for the next row. For this row we're going to start around any of the popcorns with a front post half double, so round the hook behind the popcorn, pick up the loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches, and then we're going to do a half double in each of the doubles, and then a half double again around that popcorn. We're just going to work all around, working that same pattern repeat of a front post half double around the popcorn, followed by 2 half doubles, 1 in each of the 2 doubles. Working the half double around the front post half double around the popcorn actually makes the popcorn stand a little bit more proud, as you can see there. I forgot to mention that after the last row you would have 40 popcorns with the 2 doubles in between each popcorn, just if you want to do a quick stitch count. So again, if you want to pause the video at this point and work your half doubles, 1 half double in each of the doubles and a front post half double around the popcorn, and I'll meet you when we get back to the end here, where again we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, fasten off the yarn and pull the end through. So I'll meet you again when we get to the last stitch. So we're now on to row 17, and I'm using the medium of the 3 greys for this row. And again, you can start in any stitch anywhere around the circle, and we're going to work a back post double, a back post half double around each stitch. So we just come in front of the stitch, pick up the loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches. We're just going to work the same all the way around this row. So it's a nice straightforward round. Just working a half double, a back post half double around every stitch all the way around this row. So again, if you want to pause the video until you've worked your half doubles all the way around, I have put a link under the videos for the written pattern for anyone who prefers a written pattern to the video tutorials. I know some people prefer a written pattern, others prefer to follow a video tutorial for these blankets, but we've got both options available. So I'll carry on working my back post half doubles around this row, and I'll meet you when we reach the end. On to row 18. For this row we do need to start in a specific stitch. So where we've got the stitch here that worked around the popcorn, we've got the front post stitch here, and then we've got a back post stitch into that stitch. We're going to go into the next stitch along, which is this one here, we're going to work a double. So it's the stitch after the stitch that follows up from the popcorn there. We're going to work a double in each of the next 2 stitches. And now we're going to work a treble, a front post treble around this popcorn. So where we've already got a front post double, we're going to do the front post treble around that same stitch. So yarn over twice, behind the popcorn, pick up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. And then we're going to work a double in each of the next 3 stitches. So we're not going to skip any stitches. We're going to work a double into that next one and 2 more doubles along, and then again we're going to do the same as we did here. We're going to work a front post treble around that popcorn. So yarn behind, the hook goes behind the popcorn, pick up the loop. We've already put the yarn over twice. I'll just go through that again. Yarn over twice, behind the popcorn from row 15, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and then back to the 3 doubles into the next 3 stitches. So this forms the pattern repeat for this row, which is the treble, the front post treble around the popcorn from row 15, and then 3 doubles, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches, and then we go back to the front post treble around that popcorn. So again, if you want to pause the video at this point and work all around this row, just following that same pattern repeat of a front post treble and then 3 doubles, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches, and I'll see you when we get round to the end of this row. So after row 18 you will have 40 of the front post trebles that are worked around the 40 popcorns that we had on row 15, with the 3 doubles in between each of these front post trebles. So the next row is the last row before we start to square off the throw. I'm going to start again with a slip knot onto the hook, and we can start on any of the stitches anywhere around the circle, and we're going to work a back post double in every stitch. So I've started there with a standing back post double, but again, if you prefer to do the chain, just attach the chain around the stitch and work the 3 chains, and then just work a back post double around every stitch all the way around. And this is the darkest of the 3 greys that I'm using for this throw. So if you want to pause the video again at this point while you work around this row, just 1 back post double in every stitch, or around every stitch, so should I say. and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. And now we're on to row 20. This row is going to square off the throw, so once we've done the next few rows we'll have a square rather than a circle. So to start this row we're going to work a treble into any stitch. I've done a standing treble there. If you wanted to do chains you would do 4 chains for the treble. We're now going to do another treble into that same stitch there. 2 chain, we're now going to work into the next stitch. We're going to again work 2 trebles. Oops, got the wool caught up there. So there we've got 1 and the second one. So we've got 2 trebles into this stitch, we've got 2 trebles into the next stitch. We're now going to work a treble in each of the next 2 stitches. We're going to work a double into the next 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're going to do 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're now going to work 16 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. We'll work 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we work 2 trebles. 1 and there's the second one, and then we start again with the 2 trebles into 1 stitch and the 2 chain in between, and then the 2 trebles again in this next one. So into that next stitch we're going to work 2 trebles, chain 2, and then we go into the next stitch and work 2 trebles in that stitch. So we're now ready to start along the next side. So we've got 2 trebles, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to work 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We work 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we've got the 16 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. We're going to work 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then when we come to the end that will leave 2 stitches. We've got 2 trebles, 1 and the last one, and then we join into those, that first treble of the 2 that were in this stitch here, and then just snip off the yarn, pull through and fasten off. So we've now got the basis of the square. I'm going now back onto the lightest of the blue, where I used the medium blue on this row. I'm using the lightest blue on this next row, which is row 21. We're going to start in that 2 chain space from the corner. We're going to work a treble 2 together. So for this one we're going to yarn over twice into the space, pick up a loop, yarn over once, yarn over twice, but we're not going to come over the last 2 loops here. We're going to do another treble, so yarn over twice, pick up a loop, through 2, through 2. That's going to leave 3 loops here on the hook. We're going to yarn over and through all of those 3. I'm going to chain 1, and then we do exactly the same again, all into that same space, working 2 treble together. So we've now got 2 of the treble 2 together with the chain 1 in between. We're going to chain 1 again, and then we're going to do another 2 of these treble 2 together in this same space. And a chain 1, and then we do the last one. So in that chain space, the corner space, we've now got 4 treble 2 together, all in the same space. We're now going to double in 7 stitches. Don't forget that this first one you might have to push these stitches to one side. We're going to double in 7 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We're going to half double in 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to single in the next 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. We're now going to half double in the next 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're going to double in the next 7. 1, 2. I've actually realised I've made a mistake back there. 2 seconds and I'll just pull this back. I do apologise for that. The first 2 stitches on this, after we've done the corners here, are trebles. We've got 1 in that first stitch and 1 into the next stitch. So we've got the 4 treble 2 together, and then we've got 2 trebles in these first 2 stitches. We're now going to start with the doubles, and we've got 7. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This will certainly teach me to read the pattern before I start a row. We've now got 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we've got 16 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. We've now got 4 half doubles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We've got 7 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. That's going to leave 2 stitches before we get to the corner space here. We're going to do a treble in each of those 2 stitches. And a treble into that last one there. That brings us now to the next corner, where we're going to work the treble 2 together. So just around, yarn over and through the 2 loops twice, but we'll leave the last loop on the hook. Yarn over twice, yarn through twice, and then through the 3. Chain 1, and we work another 2 treble 2 together into that same space. We've now got 2. I'm going to chain 1, and we work another treble 2 together, chain 1 and the last treble 2 together in that corner space. So we're now ready. We've done the 4 treble 2 together with the chain 1 in between. We're now ready to start on the next side. So this time I'll not forget to do the trebles first. We've got a treble in that first stitch and a treble in the next stitch. got 7 doubles. We've got the 4 half doubles. And then we've got the 16 singles. After the 16 singles, we're going to work the opposite way. We're going to do 4 half doubles, 7 doubles, 2 trebles, and then we're back to the next corner. So I'll let you carry on working the 4 sides. They're all worked exactly the same. We've got the 4 treble 2 together in that corner space, followed by 2 trebles, 7 doubles, 4 half doubles, 16 singles, 4 half doubles, 7 doubles and the 2 trebles, and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. As we reach the end of this last side, I've worked the last 2 trebles into those last 2 stitches. We're now just going to slip stitch into that first treble 2 together with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn, pull it through and fasten off. So now we've got a definite square, and that concludes this part of the tutorial. So we've come to the end of part 2. I do hope you'll join me for part 3. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.